All right, y'all. Welcome to today's video. Man, I just want to make this video and talk to you guys about just being receiving and aware of the signs that are going on nowadays, man. Like, at this point, don't fool yourself. At this point, I believe God has reached out to almost everybody, or he's reaching out to you in some type of way, form, or fashion. Either you're purposely denying it, or you're just being delusional, but the signs are all over the place, man. It's just, since I've made my decision to follow in the path of Christ and not deal with the world and cast away the ways of the world, I've just been seeing more and more people give their life to God, like on YouTube, in real life a little bit, but definitely on YouTube I've been seeing people do it. Gideon just did it, and I know this is not no coincidence. At this time, like, I felt it a month ago, and I felt the energy change to where it was like, okay, there was no more middle ground to be played. There's no more middle ground. Like, it's either you're on the side of the world and the devil and demons, or you're on the side of with faith, with God and his holiness. And I just want to say, like, stop lying to yourself. Like, stop lying to yourself, man. Like, the signs are all around you. You're seeing people talk about it. God may be reaching out to you in different ways through the internet, or, because it's possible, through the internet or through somebody else. Stop rejecting it, man. Stop rejecting it. Just be real with yourself. You're not happy with living with these ways of the world. Now, you may have things of the world, which is fine, but oftentimes when people have things of the world and they're doing things of the world, like, oftentimes it's the devil, like, giving you these things to keep you distracted and keep you in this place to where he keeps you away from God and disconnected with God. So just accept the reality of it. Like, don't just be like, oh, well, oh, this isn't real. Or oftentimes people are like, oh, this isn't real. Oh, it's okay to do this. Oh, it's not necessarily bad to do this. Like, it's directly in front of you. It's just the media, these worldly distractions, phones, well, social media, and just people are disconnected from themselves, bro. Like, completely disconnected from themselves, to where the only thing that they know or associate themselves with is all the ways of the world. Like, that's their personality. They don't have an actual personality. Their personality is drinking. Their personality is smoking. Their personality is being on Instagram, being a bad bee. Their personality is a party going person. You know what I'm saying? Going out and partying, drinking every weekend. Like, oh man, it's just, I think fundamentally everybody feels it on the inside in their head, but people choose to not be aware to it. You know, they feel in their head, okay, like, this is the right thing to do. This energy is pulling me this way. This divine, holy energy is making me want to question this, or making me want to kind of do this. But people are so attached with their flesh. And I'm making this video to say, like, even when you're super attached with your flesh, man, God always shows a sign. He always gives you a sign, even when you're so deeply involved with your flesh. Like, so involved with your flesh that it can be, you live your life through your flesh, like, through the urges. People only experience joy, or only experience certain good emotions when they're attached to urges of the flesh. And that's not how we supposed to be living, bro. All these things that take us out of body of who we actually are, all these distractions of the world, it's not who we are, bro. Like I'm begging you, if you're watching this video, like, just listen to his signs, see his signs, because he's trying to tell you something, but you're too busy trying to ignore it because you're either chasing money, sex, or something else that's not going to bring you any fulfillment. It is just short terms satisfaction, bro. Like, it's just cheap dopamine. That's all it is. It's cheap dopamine that don't bring you no long-term fulfillment at all. Matter of fact, it'll destroy your life. It'll destroy your life. Cheap dopamines of the world. That's how the devil keep people distracted. It'll destroy your life. Me constantly, I'm giving you my testimony. Me constantly chasing after sex, chasing after sexual opportunities, knowing that I was different from the world, it drove me crazy. And it had severe consequences. For me knowing in my head that, okay, I'm different from the world. I don't operate like these people. Like, I'm a peace giver, I'm a peace goer. Like, me, even though I wasn't tapping into like how a traditional person who's fully into the world is tapping into it, but I was trying to get connected with God, but also experience the world. Even the small mistakes I made started to cost me severely. So if you know you're not of the world, specifically too, if you know you're not of the world, and you know God has blessed you to be, or called you to be something not of the world, and to affect people in positive ways and bring them to the light and bring them closer to Him, you got to switch your lifestyle up, man, because it's gonna eat away at you. Like, it's gonna eat away at you so bad to the point it's gonna be nothing but confusion. You're gonna be like, well, God, I've been focused over here doing this, doing that. I've been focused trying to build myself up here, focus on this and that. Why are things going right? That's because you have deep attachment to your flesh and to the world still, even though you're trying to pursue God. So there's no more middle ground, man. There's no more middle ground. Playing the middle ground brought me to the point where I'm asking God to forgive me, because such unlucky things were happening. The devil was attacking me like crazy this past month. Attacking me like crazy. And I was just confused. At first, I was confused, like, why is this happening? Like, I've been focused, trying to stay out the way, trying to stay away from negative things, but I still had a deep attachment to trying to do certain things of the world. And a lot of these things are just spirits too. Like, they're spirits. Like, you feel like something is just making you uncontrollable, or just making you think with anxiety. God don't operate in anxiety. So if it has anxiety with it, that means it's something of the world. It's that simple. Like, God's love don't operate on anxiety, like in confusion. So if your life is at a confusing era, whether it's with a relationship or financially or socially, that means God is not operating in that area. That means you need to readjust your viewpoints. I want to come here to the park and really talk with people. Well, talk with people, whoever's watching this video. I want to talk with y'all about this, because I know you feel it. It's a spiritual warfare going on every day, and especially for chosen ones. I feel like everybody's making a chosen one channel, and I kind of don't want to say chosen one, but if you have the spirit, you know, if you have a certain level of discernment, and you know it comes through God, it's time to stop faking it. It's time to stop faking the funk of what's actually going on out here, because This right here is just, oh, this is unheard of. Like back in the day, you could, like for real, back in the day, you could play both parts. You could play the faith, not play faith. You could be on the side of faith with God and trying to improve yourself going to church, but people still would go on the weekends, go club and drink, and then that Sunday morning they'd be at church. There's no more time for that no more, bro. Like the spiritual warfare that's going on out here is too wicked to play both sides. Playing both sides is going to destroy you more than being on just one side, truthfully. Because sooner or later, if you playing both sides, he'll start to confuse you and confuse what God has truly meant for you. You'll be thinking you're doing what's right, but you're not doing what's right in a full accordance with God. So that can make some people, if they're not fully strong mentally, be like, well, why God's doing this to me? Like I've been trying to do this and God been letting all this happen. No, he got it all wrong. It's not. Sometimes God let things happen to you for the better of you, but it's where that confusion comes from. That's what the devil, that's his goal, trying to play both sides and make you confused about what God's actually trying to do for your life. And ultimately have you end up resenting God. Like that's not it, man. That's not it. So I hope you was able to receive this video, whoever watched it. It's time to wake up. Like, it's really, really time to wake up. It's really time to stop lying to yourself about these things that are negatively affecting you. Detach yourself from these negative, fleshly natures, these fleeting feelings of sex, drugs, chasing after money, chasing after validation from people. It's time to detach yourself from this. Because everything that you're trying to chase and trying to get to think you make yourself fit more into the world, fit more in life, it's gonna drive you crazy. And through God, if you get everything to God, get everything to God, and you let Him deal with you, you let Him work with you, you let God influence you, you know, you give all your problems to God instead of giving it to weed. I'm guilty of that. I stopped smoking. Like giving all your problems to weed, to giving all your problems to releasing, to having sex, thinking it's gonna change, help you feel better, having unmarried sex. All it does is just essentially make a bigger hole within you and make you rely on that thing for your peace. And you can never rely on something like that for your peace. You can never rely on something of the world for your peace, because all these things are temporary. This hat, this shirt, all these things are temporary. These are all fleeting feelings that don't even last long. Too many times people destroy their lives just for a fleeting feeling of a drug or sex. Sex don't even last more than 10 minutes for some people. 30 minutes. Nah, people do 10, 15 minutes, that's most dudes. So 10, 15 minutes of you worked up so much, you pursued so much to try to chase this sexual feeling. 10 minutes. All it takes is 10 minutes of an experience or doing something that could ruin your life. Like, there are certain people who are so unlucky out here that on their first or second time having sex, they get a disease. Like, they may get AIDS on their first time just from chasing a temporary feeling where you could have just waited and found a wife through God. So that way, if you are interchanging in sex, it's coming from a pure place, not doing somebody that you don't know that may have spirits and God didn't tell you this is the person for you. And the sex won't affect you in a positive way. So, man, this is just about all the ways of the world, man. Like, all the ways of the world. People are just so attached with their flesh, and I just want to really tell people, like, yo, like, that feeling that you may be trying to chase, that high of smoking weed, that buzz from drinking alcohol or whatever other drug you do, that dopamine release feeling of having sex, none of those things feel better than when you have perfect love through God, and He just sets the ultimate peace within you to where you don't feel the need to go out and chase these things to feel good. The pursuit of the worldly things that make you feel good will always destroy you. But if you give all your problems to God, He will fulfill you long-termly. It won't be a fleeting feeling. It's going to be sustainable peace. Like, I've never been at this amount of peace ever. Mentally, like, because I know that I'm truly reliant on Him. Like, I'm not relying on others' cheap sources of good feelings to help fix my problems through life. And things aren't perfect for me. Like, I'm just being for real. Like, things are not perfect for me right now. Matter of fact, I'm going through a storm right now. But even through the midst of this storm that's going on, I have faith, I have peace, because I know that God knows my heart. He knows I've been trying to be the best I can possibly be. And I know that He's putting me into a better situation that's going to provide me more peace and provide me more long-term fulfillment for my life, versus always chasing after something. Now, like, after 26 years, it took 26 years for God to teach me that, okay, these feelings of the world that I've been chasing have been destroying me this whole time. This whole time. And I messed up. He showed me the way when He showed me. I prayed for different. I prayed for peace, just a different way. I was tired of dealing with what I was dealing with, and He showed me the way to the gym. I was being physical. I was working out. I actually experienced a certain level of happiness. And then I took that gift that blessing that He gave upon me, that He showed me, and I went back to the world trying to get something, now that I have a better physique, because I've been working out and working on myself, let me go see if I can get more women and have more experience with women, have more sexual encounters with women. I should have just stayed focused on my development and my connection with myself and with God. And through that, me being distracted and trying to go back to the world, essentially backsliding after He delivered me from these things and provided me with this peace, they got worse. They got more confusing. So, man, I'm gonna start adding scriptures to my videos when I do these. I wanted to add a scripture to this one, but I just kind of came out here honestly and just started speaking straight from the heart. Straight from the heart. But that's it for this video. I hope you was able to receive what I'm trying to say. It's only for your benefit. Like, it's nobody's trying to tell you what to do, try to live. Like, this is for your benefit, for your peace. Your own peace. This is nobody's peace at stake besides yours. So you can lie to yourself all you want about, oh, these things are real and this and that. Like, people will say God isn't real and all these other things, say all these other negative things about following God, and deep down I know that they're not happy in their heads. Like, the things they're pursuing, keeping them captive, and those things are making them be fulfilled. But the moment those things are removed and they have no access to those things, their mental health plummets. So I just want to thank y'all for watching this video. Whoever tuned in, be blessed. Talk to God every day. Read your Bible. Work out. Be active. Get outside. Get in the sun. Don't be caught up in your phone and the media. That's how the world and the devil keeps you distracted from your true purposes of life. You know? Go spend time with your family. Talk to your family. Just truly be what God meant you to be. Peace out.